Welcome back to the DaBoot Tragedies. We're going to recap day 2 of Saints training camp, man, and everything is looking exciting right now. Let's start with the guy who stood out, over the first 2 days. I've read basically every Saints reporter, every Saints news over the past 2 days, and man, this guy has stood out over just about anyone except Michael Thomas, because obviously him coming back that fast was a surprise. But second-year player Payton Turner, he's been a standout. And man, let's just watch this video real quick. If that play doesn't get you hype about Payton Turner's future, his upcoming season, man, then nothing will. That's a hell of a play. I know it's against a backup tackle, a guy that's probably going to struggle to make this team this year. But damn, man, he looked good. Got his hands inside, looked strong, looked quick, looked exactly like when we first saw him in his NFL debut. If he can have a year 2, obviously it's only 2 days, but if his year 2 is anything like his first 2 days, man, it's going to be a hell of a player for us. We need to just keep him healthy, get Davenport healthy, get him on the same page. But man, Payton Turner's looking good so far. Like I said, 2 days, not in full pads, going up against backup guys. I want to see him taking reps with those ones, with Ramchick, James Hurst, Penning, and things like that. But as of now, he's been the best guy in training camp so far, man. He's been making plays, making his presence known. Only thing I have to say is don't touch the quarterback in the red. I know you got there quick and you didn't try to, but hey, we got to keep him away from our quarterbacks. Can't touch those guys in the red, because if there was Jameis Winston back there, this video would have looked a whole lot different. We did have a Marcus Davenport sighting that's very exciting. It was some pictures of his amputated pinky. It's probably 3/4 or 4/5 of the way gone, man. It's really just the bottom of that pinky left. They got some up close pictures on that. He was walking around, did some sideline drills, not ready, not clear from that PUP list, so he's still on his own on the sideline. Also, Pete Warner, it was a Pete Warner signing on the sideline. He basically did the same thing as Marcus Davenport. It's good to see them out there. If they weren't out there like all week, not doing anything, then there would be cause for concern. But both guys seem like it's not going to be anything too stressful, too long term. They're both out there doing individual work, so I expect them to be back there in no time. Also, Michael Thomas was out there. I got a lot of questions about Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas did attend practice, but he wasn't seen in any videos or anything like that, because he didn't do 7-on-7s or he didn't do 11-on-11s with the full team. That's because they're probably just trying to ease him back into things. He had a full day of practice yesterday. It makes no sense for a guy coming off 2 years of injuries to have him out there back-to-back days, especially a guy that you're going to need is very, very important to your team. So slow play, give him a full day, kind of a half day, probably go back to a full day tomorrow, probably rest over the weekend. I'm just guessing, but I think that's what the Saints going to do. They're going to slowly, ease him back into things. About time August, September, goes around, I think he'll be fully clear to just, practice fully every day, with still just some veteran rest days in there. It makes no sense to put him out there every day. It's only going to be detrimental for the team in the long run. So let's just take it slow. Also, the no-shows again. I mean, I'll stop calling no-shows, but absences at the practice was Tyrann Mathieu. Obviously, we know he's dealing with a family matter, personal matter, so he'll be back when he'll be back. Juwan Johnson was also not spotted at practice. Rashid Shaheed, who was on the non-football injury list. I don't know what's going on. He was recovering from an ACL injury, so I don't know quite what's going on over there. Maybe he's healthy, maybe he's just sick. Then we got Tano, who's on the non-football injury list. They had an illness by his name. So those guys, weren't at practice. That's only a couple guys, only 4 guys. Hopefully we get those guys back with the team very, very soon, so we can kind of have a full group out there. Hey, yo, click that subscribe button, man. Turn those notifications on, and you won't miss another video from the DaBoot Tragedies. Last but not least, we'll touch on the quarterbacks. I'll start with Ian Book, man. Everything I've been seeing out of him, he looks much better than year 1. Obviously, he didn't get a fair shake year 1. Didn't really get to play much, and when he did get to play, the Saints were down like 20 players, coaches, all of that. We played Miami Dolphins in a primetime game, man. That was just unfair to him for his first career NFL start, and it did not go well. As most people expected, man. He was just thrown out there in the fire, and like I said, it just wasn't fair. But hey, this the NFL. Put your big boy pants on. But he's looking much better, man. It's only been 2 days. Like I said, I'm not going to jump to any overreactions or underreactions, if that's even a thing. But he's been looking solid. He's been looking poised back there. Also, Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton has been looking good, man. He's been dropping some dimes, doing what he needs to do, man, helping the guys out. He's probably one of the best backups in the NFL right now, if not like the best. I'm definitely going out on a limb and say he's top 5. He's starter potential. If he has to come in and start 2 to 3 games for you, that is a good start. He's honestly better than some starters around the league right now. like a team in Carolina or something like that. But that's neither here nor there. He's been making some beautiful throws. Hopefully he just keeps progressing, learning this system, and helping the guys out. Now, obviously, Jameis Winston, he's been looking good. He's obviously not 100% healthy, but he's getting there. You can tell his mobility's, starting to get better. They're taking it cautious with him as well, because obviously you want your quarterback one there for opening day, and I think he's going to be ready for that, because all signs are pointing, in the right direction. And what I've seen from him, man, the deep ball still looks good from Jameis Winston. He'll never lose that. He'll have that till he's about 50 years old. But the thing I'm most excited about, and I think it's obviously something him and Pete Carmichael has been working on, because I kind of tell from all of the quarterbacks, they're getting the ball out their hands quick. I'm seeing a lot of short routes, underneath routes, kind of taking what the defense gives you, and a lot of option routes to Kamara out the backfield. Those things are going to kill teams, man. If you can just work Kamara, Olave, Jarvis, empty underneath, that's going to open up the big play to Olave, Deontay Hardy, Marquez Callaway, and guys deep down the field. So if you have to be able to complete those underneath routes, that was one of my big points of emphasis for Jameis Winston. This summer he had to get that short pass accuracy down at least to a manageable percentage. I think he's worked on that. It's looking good so far, and hopefully he can continue to develop that underneath passing game. Him, Pete Carmichael, they need to definitely work on that. Definitely add that to the arsenal, man. But day 2 of Saints training camp, it's looking really, really good. Let me know what y'all think about the first 2 days if y'all been following, on my YouTube channel or on Twitter by, Nick Underhill and everybody else in the Saints world. That's also good. But let me know what y'all think about those first 2 days. What's standing out to y'all other than Michael Thomas' surprise return, obviously day 1. And definitely before I get out of here, I have to say, can y'all please follow the Twitter page, man, the twitter.com, the Bird app, at DaBoot Tragedies. I'm tweeting on there. I'm getting involved, with the Saints Twitter community. Also the Twitch channel. Can y'all please follow that? I'm only at 13 followers right now. We can run those numbers up, at least get it to 20. Discord numbers are at 40, man. I appreciate everyone that joined so far. And if you don't have any one of these, social media outlets, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, if you want to create one and join those communities, it'll be greatly appreciated. And also, 70% of y'all that watch my videos are unsubscribed. Can you please subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn those notifications on, because some of y'all come back every time and still haven't subscribed. No hard feelings either way. As always, this DaBoot Tragedy. Send them out.